Hey guys, it's JH. Welcome to Practice Tea. Okay, today we're going to nail down Davinci and basically put all the mechanics together. And then I'll be moving on to other processes and methodologies of the golf swing, as I normally do. Okay guys, Davinci, the baseline, the core principles. We're having connection on this side here. Get this trail arm as far back as we can possibly get it, and we want to maintain that position. We don't want a pitch elbow. It's not a pitch elbow golf swing. It's not this type of golf swing. It's a containment behind the shirt seam line here. And the only way we get the club back to the ball is we fire that trail hand around the right wrist hinge with the fingers, and we move the pivot out to the ball. The other baseline core principle is that we hit the ball from a closed stance, or a closed shoulder line, and that the trail side is always feeling like it's held back and it's moving in this fashion here, and the club is moving into out up the ball line with this type of release. It's not a body rotation exercise or mechanics. What it is in actual fact is, as a feeling, is that it's actually a block feel, a cultivated block, and that we feel this look about us here. The only difference, now invariably when you hit a block shot, you usually shut down, you get here and the ball goes straight right, but there's no release on the shot. Well, with Davinci there is release, because we're releasing it very early. We're very early and we're getting the club head going, so there's never any chance that the club head is not released, which is the single biggest problem that occurs when you hit a block shot. The basic structure of a block shot is good, and that you're really nice secondary tilt here, braced up on that forward side, trail side moving into the forward side, but there's just no release, and the ball just goes straight out there, out to the right if you're a right-hander, out to the left if you're a left-hander. So the difference is that we want to, in Davinci, all we do is we make sure that we release the club, and that's basically preordained, guys, or preconditioned, because we're firing it so early back here. And what you have to realise with Davinci, and what I want in Davinci, is that this lead leg plays such a vital role, guys, because it's rear driving this way. As the trail side is moving forward, the lead side is moving backwards. So we've got two forces, we've got opposing forces. We've got a trail side moving forward, and we've got a lead side moving backwards. Now guys, what happens when you have two forces coming together? There's a collision, and there's an explosion of energy or impact. Now, because we're having this explosion of these two forces coming together, there has to be an escape for the energy that's created through the impact or the explosion, the coming together of the two forces. There has to be somewhere for that energy to go. And guys, where the energy goes is it goes into the grip or the handle of the golf club. As we're in this position here, because Davinci's trail arm doesn't travel and the lead arm doesn't travel like in a normal golf swing, because we're firing the release this way against a fixed pivot here, this lead arm has basically got to be in that position. Now, while I'm talking about that, I'll just give you a rundown on what you're supposed to look like with Davinci when you set up. The crazy thing is, guys, when you set up with Davinci as a right-hander, you look like a left-hander setting up, in that this shaft and this trail arm is almost in a straight line, as you would be if you were a left-hander. Now, the reason that comes about and takes place is because we've got this trail arm way back here. It's back here. So it's not forward like this, it's a foot further back. It's like here, as opposed to here. So the formation of that arm is back here. It's not here. And so if we're going to grip the club in the trail hand, which we have to, the shaft is going to be back here. So we've got this type of structure looking in the golf swing, guys, which is basically where we want to be at impact, believe it or not. We don't want to be there at impact. We want to be there at impact so that we've got that full release. And if we set up that full release process or impact position at address, then there's a pretty good chance, if we don't do a lot with that trail arm and maintain that contained position, that it's going to be there when we hit the golf ball. If you think about that, if I set it up here and I get back here and I just fire in here like this and drive back with that lead side, I'm going to essentially be here. That's where I'm going to be. So we want to set that position at address if we can, and that's the difference. That'll feel dramatically different to a normal golf swing. Normal golf swing is here, hand forward, but with Davinci, it's trail hand back and trail forearm way back, here. And guys, as with any golf swing, one of the really important things is tempo and the motion of the tempo and the smoothness of the tempo. And the reason I'm emphasising this now is that because this is going to feel very restricted, very constrained here. So it may give a feeling of edginess and nervousness and tension, but you have to overcome that, because we don't want a swing that's set up like this, and then because we're all nervous and tense and constricted and constrained, that it makes us swing the club quickly, because this swing is a shorter golf swing than normal. Well, it is for people like myself. I don't have the range of motion that I used to have in my old golf swing, where I go back to here with a golf swing. I don't have that range of motion anymore in a proper golf swing. And for you people that have restricted ranges of motion, this is a great swing. And for people who have trouble coming over the golf ball, this is a great swing, because you cannot come over the golf ball with Davinci mechanics and the geometry of Davinci. You can't come over it because you're here. And we're moving this way, guys. We're moving here. So my angle of attack on TrackMan at the moment is about 7 to 8 degrees into out. And I've got about 3 or 4 degrees closed club face. So I'm going to hit about a 3-yard draw most of the time. Now I think most of you guys will be happy with that. Even if you hit a little push draw. But the ball never goes here. It can't go over here because the club can't get over here. The club can't get over there. It's not possible because the shoulder line's closed, guys. It blocks the arm release here. If that shoulder line gets off and the hip line gets off, sure, the club can get over here at impact. Get here. I can't do that with Davinci because I'm here. Here. Now, talking about those two forces coming together, guys. As we get the pushback from the lead side and we get the drive forward from the trail side, we're getting that energy coming together with the impact. Now that energy has to go somewhere. So it's going to go through the handle. It's going to go down through the handle into the golf ball. Because we're coming in here, we're basically slamming this to a stop, a la the trebuchet action. That's what's happening. We're coming in here, we're firing in here, and this is stopping. We've got this fixed fulcrum effect here at impact. Bang! And this is just going through. So the energy is escaping down the shaft into the club head. And that's called energy release. We've got the stored potential energy here. We bring it in here, and with the lead side buttressing effect energy, we've got those two forces coming together. They have to go somewhere. So they're going through the handle of the golf club. Down there. And guys, the advantage of all of this is that if we had this fixed fulcrum at impact here, we've got this handle coming back this way, which means the more the handle can come back this way, guys, elementary mechanical dynamics here in operation. The more this comes back, the more that goes forward. And the quicker this comes back, the quicker that goes forward. And it's an exponential increase in velocity by the amount of movement here, which is knocked on through the length of the shaft here into the head. So if we can actually get this going here really quick, that's going to go very quick. So guys, we want to be here. That's what we want to feel in this golf swing. And we've had drills where we've basically, that's the golf swing. And I can swing okay today, guys, because believe it or not, my calf injury is healed up almost completely. I've been doing some unorthodox stuff. They say you're supposed to rest it, you know, and put compression bandages on, all sorts of things. I've been doing the opposite. I've actually been stretching it out, doing lots of stuff and getting a lot of blood into it. But I'm always a non-convention type person. I always go against the status quo, and it's worked great. I mean, they say this is normally a 3-week type thing. Well, I've fixed it inside a week, and it's good. It's not 100%, guys, but it's well on the way to recovery, and I'm not experiencing any inconvenience in swinging, so that's good. Yeah, so guys, remember, it's just this, guys. We're going to remember our softball pitch. At the end of the day, that's it. And you watch the pitcher. The pitcher doesn't. I mean, the body goes forward with the pitcher, but they basically drive back like that, as the batter does in a baseball batter. He drives back against this fulcrum here. He drives back against this fulcrum, and that's all we're trying to do with Davinci. Now, the thing that really is important, guys, and you really must commit to, and that is, always got to check this video. I did a video actually yesterday, guys. Did 3 videos, and I didn't check the monitor and had no audio. So yeah, so what we've got to really commit to is keeping this back here. There it is. If we get a little bit of drive back and we get this look about us and we get a lot of secondary tilt, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, guys. If the ball goes good, it doesn't matter what this looks like, and it doesn't matter what impact looks like after this. If you look at me on stop frame, I'm here. I'm always straight line. I might be a little bit like this after impact, or I might even be a little bit like that. But I'm always straight line here because I release the club fully. I want it to go early. And with Davinci, guys, you cannot go too early. It's not possible to go too early. I mean, you can go from there. If you want to feel that, feel that. Just going to hit a couple, and this is dead cold, guys, and I haven't done this anything today. Now, first shot of the day, 5-iron, just perfect. That's the good thing, and that's why I wanted to do that. That's why I wanted to do just that. Dead cold swing, not thinking about anything. Just employ or apply the basic core principles of Davinci, which is that lead foot turned out, the gunslinger here, and get a nice. You can have a bicep curl, guys, if you want to have a bicep curl. If you want to have a little bit of extension in the back, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as you get the club to where you want it, so that you can do that in the downswing. It doesn't matter. And we've all got different applications of our physicality and our joint mobility, etc., etc. So we have to mould this and make it a facsimile or a hybrid of Davinci core principles. The same as all my Mo Norman stuff. It's never, pure Mo, and it can't be, because we're not Mo. The same with C motion. I'll never do what Lee Como does because I'm not Lee Como, and very few people will. But guys, that's what you've got to. That's what we've got to work on. So we've got to really commit to this here. If anything, guys, I feel like it's super glued here. Hit some shots where it's like that. What have you got to do to get to the golf ball? This is interesting. If you basically glue that there, What have you got to do to get to the golf ball? I'll tell you what you've got to do. You've got to get a drive back here. That drive back happens automatically in order for you to get the golf ball, get the club to the golf ball. And this is important, guys. This is really important. You want a lot of secondary tilt with this golf swing. Now, I've never taught secondary tilt in general golf swings. I've always been like most people, you know, especially with an iron, you want to cover the ball. Well, that's great, but I've never been able to hit it consistently that way. It's great to think about that and teach that, but you don't hit it consistently. Nobody hits it consistently. And I mean, and nobody hits the ball consistently today. Nobody doesn't. Now look at the tournament yesterday, where Jason Day is the world number one. Tiger Woods was coming back, probably the greatest player in history next to Jack. And Dustin Johnson, who's the big mover right now. They hit it all over the place. They didn't make the cut, neither of them. The three of them missed the cut. They never made the cut. So clearly their swings are not consistent because neither of them made the cut. What does that say? Conventional golf swing doesn't work. Most of the time it just doesn't work. It doesn't work most of the time. So what we've got to do is get something that does. So here we go, guys. We've got lead force coming back here, trail force going here, explosion here, and the handle of the club transferring the energy. Now let's do it very, very smoothly. Now set it up, get your gunslinger here, guys, and getting into the ball, as I've said before, don't do all the good stuff here and then get here and then lose the connection by pushing it out there. If you can't reach the ball, waddle into it. Just move in until you can reach it, and you're going to feel very close to the ball. It's different because you are close to the ball, because your arms are close to your body. You'll feel differently, so you have to overcome that. That's what you've got to do. You've got to overcome that, guys. Now, I'll probably do a bit of talking on this tape here, and then I'll come back and I'll hit some shots. Yeah, guys, so I want to basically give as much as I can today on Davinci, where we need to be, and then I'm going on to other things, which I have to do. But I'm going to, myself, when I go out and play, I'm going to be using Davinci, because I think it's great, and I want to commercialise this down the track. And I will, because I think this swing has got the potential to be... I mean, David Ledbetter's brought out the A swing. Now, he's had a lot of support for that, and he's sold a lot of books, a lot of CDs. But I'll bet this time next year, it's not the flavour of the month, the same as Stack and Tilt wasn't flavour of the month. You know why, guys? Because they're too hard. They're too hard for the masses to do. This one here will feel uncomfortable, but it's not hard. It's basically easy. Now, all we have to do is be here. All we have to do is stick that foot there. All we have to do is take this back smoothly and then fire this way. And that's all it is, guys. And do it very, very smoothly. Very smoothly. See, that's a bullet. Now, what's interesting is that I find with this, now I've always been a sweeper. I don't take divots and I don't clamp the ball because I'm very shallow. But this here, because the backswing is quite narrow and I'm getting a lot of throw with the hands, I get some shots sometimes where I really clamp the golf ball. Now what it's done is it's helped me with my fairway woods, because I've always been a sweeper and I've never been a great fairway wood player because I've never been a clamper. But this helps me because it actually makes me jam the ball a little bit. So we're going to drive back and fire down. We're going to do it smoothly. Like that. Now guys, I'm getting this look about me. I don't care. If I could hit shots as good as that, I'd be happy to be there for the rest of my life, because what that shows, this look here shows that this is firing forward and I'm getting a lot of drive back, which has given me a lot of secondary tilt. The more secondary tilt I get, or drive back I get against the firing forward trail side, the more I'm going to release it. Now the only thing I'm working on now is releasing so early, is releasing ridiculously early. And I haven't hit one over here, guys. Cross my heart, I haven't hit one over here. Even sometimes I feel like I'm like that. Look at this, guys. Look, look, look. I'm back here. Well, maybe that's going to be the look of the future. There are a lot of guys did that in the 40s. Some of those guys, the old hickory shaft guys, they did that. And they hit the ball really straight. I wouldn't mind looking like that. Okay, that doesn't look like a conventional golf swing. You say, oh, he's hanging back. Well, it's a hang back look. But when you get that type of velocity and that type of ball flight, the club's not hanging back. I might be hanging back to facilitate it, but the more I hang back, the more that goes forward. It's only a differential in look, guys. That's all it is. It just looks different. But the ball flight's unbelievable. Foot out there. And guys, it doesn't matter how much you have this foot, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I find that I turn this in a little bit to facilitate this. That's as good as it gets. Now, the other thing is, guys, when I get to here, because I've got a lot of velocity, I don't want you doing what we do in the drills, learning in Davinci's 1, 2 and 3, where we're here when we're finished and we're getting hooked back. That's only to get the feeling of containment at impact. We don't want to be like that post-impact, because that will put too much restriction on the speed of the golf club. So once you get to here, velocities, just let it go. Just let it go, but make sure that the shoulder's closed and you're just hitting up the line into that shoulder. Okay guys, I don't know what else I can tell you. But it is very important to feel like you're basically here, there. Or I'll do this very smooth. And I'll just let this velocity over here happen. There it is, guys. Now here I am here, but look, what happens when I turn around? Look, looks like the club's way over here, but watch this. It's still inside my shoulder line. That is still inside my shoulder line. So I've kept it trapped in this little alley. That's a great shot. See, that's as good as any 5-iron I've ever hit in my life. And if I could play with that shape for the rest of my life, I wouldn't want any improvement, because that's perfect. I can't hit it better than that. I've never hit it better than that. I can't hit it better than that. Now, I don't care what I look like at impact or post-impact. I don't care. If I can get that ball flight, what does it matter? I'm going to look different because the swing's different. There it is, guys. Look at this. Look, look, look. Okay, guys, I'll come back and I'll hit some shots down range, talk a little bit more about pitching, a little bit more about putting, which I'm hoping to do a putting video this Savo. And I just hope, fingers crossed, that the videos, the audios work. But I'll come back.